do you think that it's a new model of integration of immigrants, what Mr. Roberge is proposing, and the bill he'll table on Thursday, apparently, is this necessary in Quebec, since we have the Charter of the French language, we have Bill 21, repeating those principles and values?
Well, the question is that at all effective? I mean, it's difficult to tell because we haven't seen the bill. But bottom line is, if you don't control the levels of immigration and you're, according to the government, way beyond your capacity to integrate, and if you're cutting the spending in integration and the spending on learning French for immigrants, I mean, you can table bills as much as you want on concepts such as interculturalism versus multiculturalism and so on. The financial and political decisions of the CAQ over the past 7 years, they speak for themselves. And it's a bit late to come up and say, hey, I'll go with a bill that changes the model of integration. If you're cutting the spending on integration, what use? What's the logic here? And second point, if Canada doesn't agree with that model, and Canada is in a community-based, multicultural model, how do you defend staying within Canada while knowing that Canada will impose on you its model and its levels of immigration? That's the fundamental contradiction within the CAQ, and it's never been resolved.
Do you think that tabling this additional bill right now is a form of distraction from the government, or do you think that it could still bring about some form of change?
I think they're very much oriented towards communications and political tactics since they've been elected in 2018, and they're still doing the same. A bit like Bill 96. You take a genuine topic, but you don't go towards the structural measures that could really change the course of things. You go towards communications, what looks good, and then you'll go on self-promoting yourself, saying this is a historical moment and this is so important and so on. We've seen the CAQ so many times go through that. I'm not saying that everything in the bill will be wrong or useless, but I'm saying if you're looking at what the CAQ has done over 7 years, it's not coherent with what they're trying to do at this point, given that they're cutting the spending on French education for immigrants, on integration for immigrants, on housing, so many elements. It's not coherent, so we'll see what's good in the bill, but we'll remain critical of the overall...
window dressing is what you're saying. It's window dressing.
Window dressing, that's interesting. Oui, non, en français, je pense pas qu'on a ça. De l'arrangeage de fenêtres, de la décoration de fenêtres. I'll read the bill. Let's just say that the CAQ has been very good in window dressing over the past 7 years, so we'll keep an eye on that.